hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up for you in just a moment. But before we get into that, don't forget there's that subscribe button and bell down there. Click them both, and anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified. And leave a comment on the comment section if you'd like. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you're on Facebook, go to facebook.com/Paul Mash TV. And you can follow us there, send us an inbox, and comment on the things there. And if you want to send us an email, you can. It's paulmashtv, all one word, @gmail.com. And if you're a band or a solo artist that wants to be on the show, just send me an email and we'll show you how to do that. But we also accept fan mail as well, so if you're just simply a fan, send us a letter and we'll get back to you. And all this is going to be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. In just a moment, from Nashville, Tennessee, we have the Hammond brothers. Very awesome twin brothers there, and I think you're really going to love them. And we're going to get to that in just a second, but before we do, let's have this quick word from Galtar. The guitar is made specially for women, and we're going to start that, and we'll be right back right after this.
Ready in 5.
Darling, when nothing else seems to match up. Galtar, the musical apparel that fits any outfit. Galtar, bringing heaven to earth, one gal at a time. GaltarHeaven.com.
Okay, we're back from commercial, and with us from Nashville, Tennessee, we have the Hammond brothers with us today. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Hello, Paul. I'm Dale.
And I'm Gail.
Together we're the Hammond brothers. We're good, glad to be here, Paul.
Thank you.
Well, we're glad to have you here today. How did it all begin for you? I know that you grew up together, obviously, because you're brothers, but did you always love music when you were growing up? Did it go deeper than that? Tell us in your own words.
Well, actually, we're twins.
We are, and music has been ingrained in our DNA since we were 5 years old.
Right. Our mother was a Cherokee Indian, and our father was from Germany. Ich mache zu Deutschland, yeah?
So yes, we were just kids. My dad would preach in churches, and we would sing. We got our start, obviously, in gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
Went from there to touring as a gospel. We didn't do a gospel, and then we got into country pop and rockabilly, right? Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
So we it's the worst. It's the best habit in the world to have.
And Gil, then a great guy combining Chris Snyder. You know what I'm talking about, right?
mm-hmm.
And Chris started talking to us, and we kind of gelled with each other.
Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable about the music business, and he likes me and Gil. We like him, right, Gil?
We sure do. He's a very, very, very smart guy, and done a lot of good things in this business.
Yeah,
He sure has.
And he made a prediction that this year,
This year, Dale and Gale would be a household name.
the biggest name in country music or pop music.
Paul, let me tell Chris something. Chris, I hope you're right.
Well, that is quite a story there. I'm glad you chose music, and hopefully you got many years ahead of you. So, what were some of the artists you grew up with that helped influence the way that, in your style of music? I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of popular artists that you grew up with.
The Everly Brothers, Righteous Brothers,
Simon and Garfunkel,
Elvis
Elvis Presley.
Presley, some of our favorite acts, and even Liberace was a friend of ours. We actually worked with him when we were kids, so we got to work with a lot of wonderful people out in Vegas. So we've been around, played Vegas 4 years, and then now we're touring again. We're going to India in November. We'll be in India at a big festival there. We're representing country music there, right?
We are. There's 14 acts,
15
acts from all over the world, and we're representing the United States.
Mm.
So we're excited about that.
Oh,
And our last record just sold under 1 million copies, I'm happy to say.
Chris bought one, and my best friend
We
Steve Farmer bought one.
I'm trying to build something to cut this down.
That's true.
But I will tell you this, Paul. The Hammond brothers this year was voted the most promising harmony act of the year this year.
We promised we pay all our bills if we ever got one hit.
We stop again. We've had that.
Right? Tell them, Paul, that. Tell the truth.
I'm trying to tell you.
We need work. We need exposure.
There's millions of people watching this, and you're
I'm telling the truth.
but don't. You think you can fudge it a little bit.
Paul, you want me to tell the truth, right?
Come on, don't leave Paul out of this. Don't mess with him.
Well, he's interviewing us. We gotta tell him the truth.
Paul, my brother.
Paul, we need a break. Help us.
Paul, when my brother was growing up, my mother called him Flower.
Because I was a delicate, loving, wonderful child.
Yeah, isn't that a name for a kid, Flower?
That's right.
And my dad called him Bloomin' Idiot. The name stuck with him. Right? I got you there, brother.
Okay, forget it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. We get carried away sometimes, Paul.
Well, that's the way our brothers are sometimes. But yeah, those are great artists. You even mentioned Liberace, and you mentioned the Everly Brothers. They're all legends, and I can see where you get your sound from. And somebody, after watching this interview, they may want to download your music or maybe buy CDs or follow you on social media or whatever. Go ahead and tell them how you can do that.
You can get a hold of the Hammond Brothers at www.thehammondbrothers.com.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the Hammond Brothers YouTube channel with about how many videos, Gail?
Oh, 45,
50
Yeah.
videos. And we do comedy.
or get a hold of Chris if you want us to come and play for you.
Get a hold of Chris. But anyway, the Hammond Brothers do comedy, but that's not our. That's not the main thing we do is harmony.
Sing and write.
Harmony. In fact, we got a new song right now called, what's it called? Susie, right, Gail?
Mm-hmm.
And we think it's going to be really good. It's just been released nationally, all over the nation, and I think some of the big radio stations are picking it up, playing it all over now. So
Do you have that song, Paul? Have you listened to that song, Paul? Susie?
Yes, that is the song we're going to be playing in just a moment here. But we can also find you on all streaming platforms as well, and we can find you on social media as well, or
platforms, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all those. And the song Susie was a young girl that me and Gil met at 14. Her and her sister. We fell in love with them, and later on Susie died, and
About 16 in the car.
about 16, and then we ended up writing that song for her Susie. So that's what it's about.
oh, okay. Well, I was going to ask that question, but I guess you already answered it for me again. So,
But Chris cued us on a lot about you, so we're ready. We're ready for your answer.
See, Paul, Chris filled us in on all about you. We know all about
He
you.
said, if Paul says this, you say this, and if Paul says this, you do
They
this.
didn't do that. He didn't coach us on that. Stop that. Stop.
He coaches for 2 days.
He did not coach us. Maybe a day. Maybe a day.
Okay, a day.
All right.
okay. Well, that is a great song, by the way. And as I mentioned a minute ago, we will be watching that in just a moment. But I think that's all we really need for now. And I want to thank you both for coming on the show. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. We'll have you back on.
We want to thank you for having the Hammond Brothers.
Thank you much, Paul, and Chris. Thank you for having us on the show and getting us on Paul's show. Paul, we very much enjoyed working with you.
Thank you, sir.
And we look forward to the next interview, Paul.
Okay.
You're ready to come back, Paul.
Paul, we want to come back.
We want to come back.
Okay. Well, here it is. Without delay, here's Susie by the Hammond Brothers, and it begins right now.
Susie, Susie, baby, your big blue eyes drive me crazy. And when you kiss me, my troubles seem to melt away. Making love underneath the moonlight, just you and me and a billion stars, it feels so right. I'm never gonna love another girl like Susie. There's never gonna be another one like you. Susie, Susie, baby, when we're dancing you drive me crazy. And when it troubles seem to melt away. Making love underneath the moonlight, just you and me and a billion stars, it feels so right.